Oak Ridge Church family, it's Pastor Nick. I'm here at the sanctuary at the church and wanted to share with you some exciting news. This coming Sunday, May 24th at 10:30 a.m., we will begin having live services again here in the sanctuary. For the foreseeable future, we'll only have worship services on Sunday mornings, Sunday nights, and Wednesday nights. They'll be at our regular service times of 10:30 on Sunday mornings, at 6 p.m. on Sunday nights, and at 7 p.m. on Wednesday nights. But we want to make sure that you understand that if you join us for worship on any of those nights or days for those services, you do not have to wear a mask or gloves, but if you feel comfortable coming to worship wearing those, then by all means feel free to do so. We do want to share with you just a couple of things that will be a little different for you as we join for worship again. And these things will not be permanent, but they will be for the next 6 weeks or so, things that we'll need to be doing just to keep everybody safe and healthy during the next few weeks. One thing that will happen is there will be rows marked off with blue tape. Those rows or pews that are marked off with blue tape cannot be sat in during the services, and so be sure to find a different seat than the rows that are marked off. Now, your normal place that you sit in may be marked off. It'll be okay. Just find somewhere else to sit and worship with us until we're able to open up the entire sanctuary for worship. We also want to ask you that during the next several weeks not to do any kind of handshaking, hugging, or any kind of close contact while here for worship services. We will have a time of fellowship during our service, as we always have, but we ask you not to come in close contact with others during this time, but we do want to give folks that opportunity to meet and greet during the service, as we always have. Something else that we want to make mention of is the fact that we will not have any nursery services provided during our worship services. And what that means is we won't have people stationed in the nursery to care for children, obviously because of social distancing protocols. But the nursery will be available for parents who need to go in there to change a diaper, feed a child, or something else. Those facilities are available for parents to use for their own children. So be sure to use those if you need them. We also want to, speaking of our kids, want to let you know that we will be having our children's sermon during the service. But on the stage and on the steps where we normally have children's sermon, there will be places taped for the kids to sit on so that they know where to sit and so that we can continue to practice social distancing. So parents, what I would ask you to do is on Sunday morning when you get here, be sure to arrive early for the service, but be sure to walk up to the front and show the kids where the blue tape is on the stage so that they know where they need to sit when they come for children's sermon, and so that we can continue to avoid close contact like that. We also want to make sure that our folks understand that before and after services, we're asking you not to congregate either in the sanctuary or in the lobby for extended periods of time. We want to make sure that people can easily leave the service and leave the sanctuary after things are finished, or come in before the service without having to make their way through a tight crowd or anything like that. And so we just ask you to help us with this kind of social distancing protocol, not to linger and not to congregate in crowds either in the walkways here in the sanctuary or in the lobby as you leave, or in the hallways headed out of the building or to the restrooms. We also want to remind you that there will be no small groups of any sort meeting for the next at least 6 weeks. What that means is there'll be no Sunday school, there'll be no Wednesday night, Sunday night classes, there'll be no children's church, nothing where we have to gather in a confined space in groups, and so we'll be putting those on hold at least for another 6 weeks, maybe longer. We just have to wait and see how things play out. So we just want you to be sure to know about that as well. Sunday school material will be available in the hallway outside the church office, and so feel free to stop by and pick up your material so you can continue to study your Sunday school lessons with the new material that is available. One final thing that I want to make you aware of is the fact that we will continue, as we always have, even before the shutdown, we will continue to provide our services online. And so you can find those through our Facebook page. And so want you to be sure to be able to stay at home and stay safe if you're not quite ready to come back to worship here at the sanctuary. But once you are ready, just know that we'll be here and be ready for you to join us for worship. And so feel free, if need be, to stay home if you still continue to need to social distance during this time. Just know that the services will still be available online. And so we just ask that during these next few weeks, we just ask everybody to be flexible. That's really what we need, is for folks to understand that things aren't going to go back to normal as we were used to for so many years, just at the drop of a hat. And so what that means is that for the next few weeks, we just need to be flexible and understand that we are being given this great opportunity again to be able to come together and worship, and we just need to be flexible during this time. And so I would just ask you to do that, and I look forward to a great time of worship this coming Sunday and for all the Sundays ahead of us here at the sanctuary, and we look forward to you joining us for those services.